On this video's rendition of Fresh from the Garage, we've got ourselves a 52-inch Kendal Lighting Quantum ceiling fan. Yes, the next remake video is not with the deluxe hugger. No, I chose this thing next. Through a little game with myself of eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yes, the Quantum. The fan that I'm pretty sure most of you would have thought that I would have forgotten about, but no, I have not forgotten about this thing. It is in smoker's beige finish. Just kidding. It's obviously in white finish, although this fan, I'm assuming, was in a garage when it was previously installed. So, yeah, that probably explains the horrific amount of smoke discoloration of the white finish on this fan. Pretty unfortunate, but that's okay in my books. Fan's 52 inches, yes. It's been flush mounted from the original owners, so no down rod included. And yeah, you got this thing from a garage sale a year ago for $1. Yes, $1. Paid $1 for this thing. Still get the best bargains ever. Except for the twister, but we don't really speak of that. Or we won't be speaking of that soon once I get rid of it. Anyways. Yes, I got this thing from a garage sale for $1. And for $1, I would say it's okay. Yeah. Bearings aren't too bad. I don't even think they're noisy at all. No, I don't really hear anything. So, bearings are good for the most part. This fan's not vented on the bottom for some reason, but I suspect there's vents on the top plate. Or even, no, not on the like the side of the motor shell, like the bottom part of the side of the motor shell. That's kind of weird to say. So, yes, I got this thing from a garage sale for $1. Now, previously, early in that day, I was obviously looking around for fans I could find, and up until I found this thing, I was not that lucky. The only other fan that I found that day was a Hunter Lansdowne, which I was not getting. They're just, in my opinion, they're hideous. They are hideous. And I certainly would not want to own one of them. So I passed that up. I didn't even know how much it was. It was probably like $100, and I no. No way. There's no way in hell I'm paying $100 for a Lansdowne. So after that, I was just about going to give up and just go back home until like the second to last garage sale I went to had this right on the table. And my dad was the one driving me around and looking around with me, and I of course eyeballed this thing, and he must have noticed. And while I was looking around, I was of course still peeking at this thing like I usually do with fans I discover at garage sales. Peeking at this thing like every 2 seconds, and he must have, like, I'm pretty sure it was friends of ours. Yeah, it was friends of ours that this, well, yeah, friends of ours that, people we know that had this fan, and my dad must have said something. I don't know. He must have said something, and he was able to get this thing down to $1. I don't even know if it was just offer a price and $1. I don't know, but anyways, yeah, paid $1 for this thing. So yeah, I imagine, yeah, that's probably what happened. So this thing is freaking wide. The housing on this thing is wide. Uh, yeah, so wide it looks like it doesn't even fit into the camera point of view, but I'm sure it does. The sideband, if you're wondering, yes, it is separate. In case you didn't see my last video on this fan, it is a 3-piece housing. Sideband is separate. So that's nice. Mm-hmm. This fan, I don't know if this was supposed to like try and copy any other kinds of fans. The closest one that I can get in my mind is the Casablanca California Zephyr. That's the closest one comparison I can get into it in my head. But I think other than that, this is a fairly unique design. Of course, bracket badge, the decorative badges you see here are different from that of the California Zephyr. So there is that. They probably started off with that design and tried to differentiate it as much as they possibly could from the California Zephyr. I'm just trying to say it short, but I can't. So yeah, without further ado, let's start off a quick overview of this thing. Look over all the parts and kind of state my opinion, because I guess that's the layout I'm using for these for now on. I don't know, or for this video, this round of remakes, anyways. So, starting off with the motor and motor housing. The fan, starting off with the motor, the fan uses a supposedly 153 by 15 millimeter air-cool manufactured AC spinner motor. Yes, somehow managed to get that right. I guess. I'm almost like 100% certain that this is air-cool because of the model tag on the top, which I shall now show because I've been showing the bottom for like 10 minutes now. Whoo-wee! It's full of dust. Still have not cleaned this thing off. If you want to see the top of the switch housing. There it is. Oh, that's heavy. Kind of with one hand. Oh. Freaking wires. Okay. This thing's full of dust. Still, I should part it out. I will part it out one day and dust it and everything, but not today. When I've got like a lot of free time and I'm bored, I will. Probably. I can dust that part off. And stickers and everything. 06/99. So June of 1999. Now there was another sticker somewhere. Caution sticker. The motors, the model of the motors, if you're wondering, AC552 in quotes, BB. So definitely air cool. So I'm thinking the motor for this fan was manufactured in 1999, and the fan itself would have, yeah, the motor was manufactured June 1999, and the fan itself would be October 2001. Yeah, so this fan's from 2001. Model AC552BB, I just said. Motor. UL listing number. Fan only, 120 volts, 60 hertz, 0.8 amps. That's fan only, if I did not say that. Fan and light, 120 volts, 60 hertz, 3.30 amps max. With, if it's equipped with a, let me get it, J-type max 100 watt double end halogen bulb. If equipped with it. This fan, obviously I'm thinking the room must have been painted over, excuse me, at some point. And I don't think the fan was really covered. I mean, maybe the dust plate, but most of this fan looks to have not been covered when they might have did that. So it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, Four Seasons got the same problem, and my CX42 also has a little bit of paint on it, unfortunately, but yeah. So this fan's a combo of smoker's white and island beige, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Here's the wires. Blue ones for light, obviously. Black and white for the fan. And the ground wire somewhere. It's somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. Yeah. And of course there's a safety cable, because standard. For light kit connection is what that says. There's the coupler. And the bad glare from the light. Fairly solid coupler. Screw down there. And nothing on that side. Yeah. CUL listed. Ceiling fan. PQCA or dash A. And a caution sticker for the height of the fan. Caution, mount with the lowest parts at least 2.1 meters above floor or grade level. Sticker's kind of peeling off, unfortunately. So, yeah. And have to find screws somewhere. I believe I put it in a container, actually. Or even right here. Probably. Whatever, we'll worry about that after. Yeah, I was trying to, because in the last video of this fan, I took the motor housing apart, and I was having a little bit of trouble getting it back together, so I'm obviously not doing that this time. No. I showed the motor and everything in the last video, so that's pretty Well, okay. If you wanted to see the motor, go and check that video out. Shouldn't be that hard to find because there's like only 3 or 2 videos of quantums on the internet, so that I could find, so counting mine. Use that tag again. UL listed. CUL listed. Got these really cool vents on top. Yeah. Definitely a very nostalgic fan. For one reason, there is a Boston Pizza, Canadian pizza brand. I know. Boston Pizza, exclusive to Canada as far as I know. It's kind of weird, I know, but a Boston Pizza that I used to go to like a decent, like many times as a kid. There was a Boston Pizza that I went to that had quantums in it in the black finish with no light. And I always remember trying to I remember as a kid trying to figure out which kind of fan this was, because at the time I did not know about the quantum in that. So for the longest time I did not know what kind of fan they were, up until I pretty well got this thing, and then it clicked into my head. Oh yeah, that's it must be a quantum that I saw as a kid in the restaurant. So yeah, these are pretty childhood, I guess you could say. Not this specific kind, but like I said, black finish with no light. Very special. Yeah, I should also mention that these fans, like, if you look at Marketplace, well, a year ago anyways, maybe there might still be one up, but whatever. These fans are pretty damn common around here to be able to find used. Or they were anyways for till, like, the next portion of a Marketplace, like, round of used fans people want to sell. Yeah, these fans could be found pretty commonly on Marketplace, at one point especially. There was like 5 of them all over the place here. So yeah, these they are definitely not rare. I mean, there of course is other variations that Kendal made, such as the Royal Collection being one, the modified Quantum. In fact, like a few of their fans, they have the designer's choice, which I think is also like a modified Quantum. Like they have a few fans that are based on the Quantum. To my knowledge, they are based on the Quantum or use parts from it. The vent design, absolutely yes. So, yeah, and even those were fairly common to find online as well. So, yeah, these aren't rare. That's for sure. So, yeah. Here's the light kit, which, as mentioned earlier, briefly, uses a J-type 100 watt maximum double end halogen bulb. Very, very cool. First fan in my collection that utilizes a halogen bulb and a double end one to add to that. Very cool. I had to sing. And the tabs on top here, these gold tabs, as you probably would have guessed, since there's no screws anywhere else for the globe, a very lovely 90s style globe. Definitely love it. Halogen light style globe. Definitely very lovely. These gold tabs twist around in place to hold the globe itself on, which I find very, very cool. And they're offset specifically to be able to fit both, so you can fit the globe into the slot there, and you can twist this around, do that with all three, and done. Yeah, very cool idea. I mean, it's not the first fan to utilize that idea, but still a very cool idea nonetheless. I feel they're a little too close to the, like they're screwed a little too close to the light kit housing itself. Kind of makes me nervous whenever I try and turn these, because I always think I'm going to scratch the housing, or the light kit housing, but I mean, not. So, yeah. Whoops. Mounting bracket. It's the chains, pull chain box for the light. Runs up into there. You probably can't see. No, you can. Just barely through one of the holes in the housing. Just call it the housing, I guess, because it essentially is one for the light. Yeah. Held in place by a nut. Yeah. And go ahead and turn this around. Oh my goodness, the dust. Dirty. It's very, very dirty. Oh yeah, if you want to hear the pull chain sounds, which I'm almost certain you want to, here's the light. Kind of tough to pull with the way the chains are laid out, but that's, I mean, the fan one's even harder to pull. Not really now. Never mind. Oops. Okay. And since this fan uses a detachable switch housing, it's a ring for it. Quickly. Yeah, since this has a detachable switch housing, I can obviously show what's inside the, well, switch housing. So, I mean, fairly typical setup, nothing too special. This is what the inside of Quantum switch housing looks like. You got your plug for the light kit with all like 1,000 wires. Plug into that. And your reverse switch. A cool setup. Capacitor, PQCE. Oh, that's what the tag on that's for. Capacitor. I guess for the motor type that's supposed to match up to. I don't know. Something like that. It's the fan pull chain box. All dusty and everything, and connections and such. Yeah. Like it's kind of twisted in there with a little rod. I don't know if you could see. It's kind of hard to see with the glare. Yeah. Just kind of twisted in with that. No, not supporting it, but whatever. Little holes and everything. Here's the little bolts on top that hold the those things in. And all the holes, ventilation for the halogen bulb, since this thing doesn't have any. Conceal all the heat, so you need somewhere for that to airflow to go through, all that ventilation. And so they just put a bunch of holes in the housing for the light. And might as well also show, here's the fob. It's tiny for some reason. It's a tiny little wood fob. The other one appears to be missing for some reason. Probably got cut. I think it looks like it kind of got cut. Or maybe the fob just got pulled off one day. I don't know. It's not there anymore, sadly. But yeah, beyond my control. I do have like a few spare fobs laying around in some places, so I guess if I really wanted to, like if I was installing this thing somewhere, I could just swap the chain out for, whoops, with one of those. Anyways, that's the light kit. Put that over there. Here's the mounting bracket, fairly standard. Just your fairly typical generic mounting bracket for 2000s, 90s, I guess. This would be a good reference for something. Something on Roblox. Warning, most outlet boxes commonly used for the support of lighting fixtures are not acceptable for fan support and may need to be replaced. Consult a qualified electrician if in doubt. That's literally the exact same warning warning tag from the Twister. That's like copy and paste. It's kind of funny. And I think this is... Oh no, it's a different one. Warning. To reduce the risk of fire, electric shock, or personal injury, mount to outlet box marked acceptable for fan support, and use mounting screws provided with outlet box. Yeah, a little bit of paint on this, unfortunately. There's the screws, also painted over a little bit. A little tooth for the ball socket that this fan would have came with, but unfortunately doesn't, because it was flush mounted, obviously, so no need for that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the mounting bracket. Next up, I guess, could be the blade brackets, and these are extremely filthy still. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this one has a chip in the side of it. I didn't know. This one. Oops. Yeah. So, very good quality brackets, I must say. Very thick and everything, which is always nice to see. Looks to be very sturdy metal, indeed, which is always nice. Good quality. This part here, it doesn't really seem to be like thin or anything. Everything seems to be pretty okay with the quality of this fan, so again, that's nice to see. Just kind of wish this thing was in the white finish from the factory, but that's okay. Smoker's yellow will do. This thing is filthy. Ooh. Paint's coming off. Yeah. This thing's seen better days. Absolutely seen better days. But I mean, for $1, I can't really complain. Not really. I mean, if it was free, I couldn't complain at all. And, yeah. uh, yeah, nice curved bracket. Nice and rounded on the top there and edge and everything. Very nice. Oops. A unique type of bracket shape. Of course, that bit's still white because it wasn't exposed to the smoke or anything, so there's that and that. And yeah, the other brackets are in better shape than this one is. This is the only one that's like the worst one, so yeah. Yeah, no need to really show the other brackets since they're also in fairly good condition as well. Well, not good condition, but they're better. Sorry. Here's the decorative badges that fit over on here. Oh, never mind. The blades have to be in place for it to work. But this is the badges that go over top, just like that. Yeah, all the stampings and everything. A nice egg shape, which I really like. Definitely a cool, unique, well, more unique badge for this thing. I'm gonna say that there's maybe like others that have probably used the same thing, but I can't really think of any right now. Maybe Concord. I don't know. It's just a wild guess. And here's one of the blades, which obviously, yes, also has a little bit of smoke on it. Smoke damage. Well, cigarette smoke damage. It's white underneath. Has a little tag there and such. Yeah. This sort of, if you're wondering, this is pretty well how it would have went together if I got room here. Line that up. Just would have went together something like that. Yeah, these blades are not reversible. They obviously can be reversed, but it's white on both sides. Although, of course, this side's worse, and you got the imprints from the top brackets on there. So, yeah, pretty much one-sided only. Yeah, the other blades are pretty well the exact same as that one, so no need to really show them as well. Here's a little mounting ring for the switch housing. Kind of holds it together and everything. Acts as like, well, yeah, goes together and everything, so yeah. Can't really get it on entirely, but that's kind of what it looked like. Wait. Don't want to drop a screw into there, so in there, so yeah. Just put that there. Yeah, here's the some other screws that the fan came with for the brackets and everything. In the last video I made of this, the brackets were assembled, but I took them off for storage reasons. So, yeah, nothing too special to show, just rack blade screws. And finally, I'll show this badge, which has all the other screws in it. It just sits inside the light kit. Yeah, I didn't want to get them confused with those screws, so I put them in this one, this badge. Here's a screw for the motor housing. Yeah. And these two for the mounting bracket. I could have swore the nut was in there for the this. No, it doesn't even have the nut. Never mind. Okay. And yeah. Okay, so what do I think of this thing? Well, obviously, well, since I'm done overlooking the parts now, what do I think of this thing? Well, it's definitely better quality than you would expect. Obviously, the brackets and that are nicely well constructed and everything. And the fan definitely has some a unique look to it, especially with its halogen light and everything. And show the globe and everything all assembled in the thumbnail, so. Yeah. It's also nice that the switch housing is detachable. That's also a nice bonus feature for this thing. I do wish it did have the supposedly, well, the bigger, I believe it was 172 by 15 millimeter motor in it. The earlier ones had. The earlier ones also had a different decorative badge design for the bottom. So, yeah, would have been also pretty nice to see the older version of these, but this one is still pretty good, I would have to say. I mean, I can't speak for performance because I have not installed this thing. Well, I haven't. I mean, I can say the same thing for pretty much every other fan in my collection here. I have not. I've never installed them yet, so, but I do have future plans of doing so when I'm able to. Yeah, I do kind of wish that this fan would have had like a reversible bleached oak top finish for the blades, but I guess white finish is fine for this. It's kind of disappointing that there's like a bunch of cigarette smoke and everything, and dirt and grime and dust and everything all over this fan. It's unfortunate it's got that, but since I got this thing for $1, I can't really complain. Not entirely. Not entirely. Har har har. Very funny. I know. Yeah. It also I mean, you probably would have been you would have been able to tell anyways. It uses standard style canopy. So, nice. Yeah. I mean, other than what I've said already, got this thing from the garage sale, for $1, and that these are, on my list of nostalgic fans, because of the ones in the Boston Pizza. This makes for a good fan in my collection, and I definitely would want to keep it for the foreseeable future. Yeah. So that's pretty much going to be it. I pretty much talked about everything for this fan. And yeah, it's another fan remake done for the day. And I will possibly see about doing the deluxe hugger next. Yeah. But anyways, thank you for watching. And see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.